Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Tea Time with me, Titus on the Charles, because today's the 26th of June, 2018. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday session. So where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, what's happening with them right now, what levels to watch out for, the usual stuff. But before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers research page here, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. We throw out different trading shoutouts, just technical analysis on its own. And of course our daily analysis, the most important daily analysis that we throw out every morning, so you can check that out as well. So yeah, I think you can find something useful here, guys, so yeah, feel free to visit us. But for now, let's quickly have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to touch on is the FTSE 100. Now I was talking about this one this morning, yesterday, and initially I was talking about this wedge formation here, but the falling wedge formation, but now probably we can slightly adjust this a little bit here and probably look at something more of a channel, like a downwards moving channel. So if this is the case, of course, you can see that we're getting a bit of retracement here to the upside. And if this is the case, if this is going to fully confirm the falling channel, so we might end up trading here within it, and we could see maybe another push here higher, maybe even towards this level right here, the 76.10 approximately there, which coincides with this 50 EMA here shown as the red line. So keep a close eye on this one. Certainly for now, today's candle is looking quite bullish. Let's see where the day is going to close. If we're going to get a nice close here above this small level right here, the 75.50 mark, now we could expect maybe this one to move a little bit higher tomorrow. We could maybe get a quick test of here, and of course we'll have to just see what it wants to do with that level, and we'll have to evaluate it there. But for now, certainly we can see that we're bouncing off of this lower side of the channel, and we are now kind of aiming towards this 76.10 mark, so approximately there. So but of course, excuse me, before we can start consider that level, we need to see a nice close here above the 75.50. So keep a close eye on this one, guys. Looking at the DAX, so certainly a slightly different picture. The daily candle is turning out to be a bearish one, and but we can see that the level here that I was talking about in my previous videos, the 12,300, now continues to act as a very good area of support. Certainly we can see that we've broken it to the downside today. We've managed to take out yesterday's lows, but quickly the bulls managed to push it back up here and push it back towards this line here, towards this 12,300. So today probably we're going to end up trading somewhere around that level, probably, and the best action probably could be tomorrow or maybe later on this week. So for now, just keep on monitoring this one, and if we do stay above this line, above the 12,300, well, there could be some potential for this one to move higher a little bit again, maybe even towards this 12,450 or maybe slightly higher. On the upside here, we do have a nice good level here, the 12,600. But of course, for that we would need to see a nice good close above the 12,450. Let's quickly touch on a few commodities, and actually I would like to jump into currencies later on, so quickly we'll go through these. So gold selling off, certainly this morning we were still above the 1261 mark. We can see that we've pierced through this one nicely, and now it met its support at around the 1255 mark. Certainly keep on monitoring that one. A good level to watch here could be the 12 1250. Now certainly keep a close eye on that one, but if we start breaking that one as well, the 1250, well, we do have this upwards moving trend line here, that long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running here since December 2015. So very good line to watch, very important line, but only we'll consider that if we get a nice break here below the 1250. For now, we can see that yes, I mean, it is weak, especially given the fact that we've, like I said, we've broken this good area of support at around 1261. So let's see where the day is going to close. If we're suddenly going to get back above this level, above the 1261, this could maybe potentially mean that gold would like to kind of make something like a bit of a retracement back to the upside, and maybe aim for this this trend line here, the short-term upwards moving trend line that has been running since July 2017. So good one to watch. Certainly keep a close eye on today's close, especially on the, and especially keep an eye on this 1261 mark, approximately there. So let's see what it wants to do with that level. Certainly looking at silver. Silver is well, broke the formation here that I was talking about in my previous videos, the symmetrical triangle here. So we managed to break it to the downside. Certainly we're still currently trading below it. Now the question here is, if we're going to stay below this, and if we're going to close below that formation, then, well, it is opening the path towards these lower levels. The first one probably to watch out for would be the 16.06 area, and then of course if that doesn't hold, well, we do have a very good area of support here at around 15.625, which was approximately the lows that we had here in December 2017. So very good levels to watch, but only we'll consider these if we get a nice close below this triangle formation, because if we're going to stay above it, then, well, I mean, there still could be a chance for this one to reverse back to the upside, and if we get a nice break here above the 16.325, we could end up pushing higher again. So basically, if we do get a close today above this line, or let's say the other way around, we will stay inside this triangle formation today, then we could see maybe something like a scenario like this that we had here recently. So guys, I mean, keep a close eye on this one. I mean, we can see that it's currently looking weak, but nevertheless, I mean, like I said, keep a close eye on this line, keep a close eye on this lower side of the triangle formation. Looking at the Brent, now this one is an interesting one, and still trying to fight this downwards moving trend line, this short-term downwards moving trend line, and we can see that it's kind of struggling with it right now. So actually, let me just slightly adjust this line. It's not touching the top here. Let's be more accurate, let's say like that. There we go. So we can see that it's perfectly balancing below this line, and certainly it's stuck here between these two lines, between this downwards moving short-term downwards moving trend line and this long-term upwards moving trend line as well. So this has been running here since June 2017. So we're kind of moving towards the apex right now, and still waiting for a nice pop here, either through the upper side here or through the downside. So if we do get a nice break here above, then keep a close eye on the 75.85 mark. A break and a close above that could open the path towards these higher levels here, these previous higher levels. So good areas to watch here, of course. On the downside, of course, if we get a nice move here, keep a close eye on the 72.50. It's going to be not far from this upwards moving trend line that I was talking about, so it could get tested as well, this upwards moving trend line. So, but for now, we're just going to wait and see what it wants to do with this, with either of the sides here, either to break above the upper side of this, or should I say, a break above the downwards moving trend line, or actually a break below this upwards moving trend line. So keep a close eye on this one. Continue watching these key levels. Let's see what it wants to do. Okay, so let's touch on a few pairs now. So the euro dollar is moving lower today. Managed to touch this area here, the 117.250, moving lower today, and certainly now we're seeing it's getting closer here and actually almost testing this 116,500 level that I was talking about. Keep a close eye on this one. For now, we're going to stay probably more neutral on this one, because just judging by this current picture, we can see that it's stuck here between these two levels, the 117,250 and the 116,500. So if we get a nice break below here and we close the day below the 116,500, then well, we could end up moving towards this upwards moving trend line here, this long-term upwards moving trend line. And of course, the similar story is on the upper side. If we get a nice break here above this 117,250, well, it's not only going to be only going to mean that it's it broken at this nice area of resistance, but also like broken this short-term downwards moving trend line, or actually should I call it resistance line. Just so if we get a nice break here, this could be like a double confirmation here, and we could start aiming for higher levels here. Maybe even a touch of this 118,400 could be a good possibility. So but for that, of course, we would need to see a nice break here through the upper side of it. So that's the reason why we're kind of staying quite neutral on this one for now. Just gonna see what it wants to do with these key levels. Let's touch on quickly on Euro Aussie, and Euro Aussie continues to climb higher, certainly probably until we see actually a break here below this upwards moving support line. So we're still going to aim for higher levels here, so keep a close eye on this one. Certainly aim for higher levels for now. We could end up testing this upwards moving trend line. It has been running here since February 2017. We could end up testing that one, but like I said previously, until we see a nice break here below this upwards moving support line, where for now we're going to remain more bullish than bearish. Another one that I really wanted to touch on is the GBP USD. So GBP USD, similar stories like in the euro dollar, testing this key area that I was talking about, the 132.05 mark. So we can see that we've tested that level today, and the bulls managed to push back the pair higher. So now we're stuck in this area here, certainly until we see a break either through the upper side here above the 133.40, or actually a break and a close below the 132.05. I mean, we're just going to continue just observing this one, because at the moment it's too tricky and too difficult to kind of predict where it wants to move. But like I said, for now, just kind of keep your neutral hats on, guys, and be very patient, of course, and let's see what it wants to do with these two levels here. Let's quickly touch on one more GBP pair that I really wanted to show you guys, is the GBP CHF. Now we are at a very interesting spot here. It's, from one hand, I mean, you can see that it's forming a descending triangle formation here. If I would draw here another blue line, and we probably could see it more clear. But for now, of course, keep a close eye on this area. We need to see, for us to become more bullish on this one, for example, we need to see a nice break here, a nice pop to the upside. But to be honest, just a pop to the upside and a close above this line, above this downwards moving trend line, is not going to be enough for us. I mean, we would need to see also a nice close above this one right here, the 131,900, and only then probably we'll kind of start considering higher levels. Certainly we will probably meet a good area of resistance here at around this 200 EMA, and another one will be this one, a good one, the 132,700. So a lot of very strong areas of resistance. But to be honest, if this pair will manage to overcome all of these, then I mean, well, it's really looking bullish. I mean, probably for the longer term. So we could end up pushing higher here. Yep, and like, yeah, I'll probably repeat myself here. For the longer term, yeah, we could start pushing higher here and aiming for these higher levels. But for now, of course, just keep on monitoring it. Certainly on the downside, there is an equal chance for this one to move lower, and we could start breaking these two key levels, the 130.65 and the 130.50. Now, if we do get a nice close below the 130.50, keep a close eye on this level right here, the 129,850, as the next potential area of support, where the price could the rate could stall a little bit, and then of course we could start aiming for this level right here, the 128,650, which was marked here by the lows of March this year. So keep a close eye. Very interesting developments are happening here, and we're waiting for that pop. Let's quickly touch on USD CAD, and then I'll probably wrap it up here. So USD CAD stuck in this little range here between the 133,500 and the 132,650 approximately there. So we're stuck in this little range here. Now, just to remind you guys, this 133,500 has been a nice high here that we had in June 2017, on the 21st of June to be more precise, and certainly if we get a nice pop here to the upside, certainly we'll target the recent highs that we had here at around 133,850, and if that doesn't hold, well, I mean, it is opening the path towards higher levels. Certainly on the downside, if we get a nice break here below the 132.65, then we could start aiming this one, the 131,250. And if we do get a break here below, I mean, this level becomes a very good one, the 131,250 that I just mentioned, because we could actually by the time probably it would start reaching that level, the 21 EMA would approach that level, and probably could be like a double confirmation of this good area of support. So for now, guys, keep a close eye on this one, keep a close eye on this little range that I've got marked here. So very good levels to watch here, and like I said, could potentially be a very nice trade. Okay, guys, I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you found it useful. And if you want to join me tomorrow at my Trader's Espresso at 6 o'clock GMT time, 7 o'clock British Summer Time. But for now, thank you very much, and bye-bye.